When it comes to rally cars, no one understands the mechanics better than Anwar. The 67-year-old is the most seasoned safari rally driver. He has driven in over 26 safari rallies, but today he's working on a special project. He is prepping the latest Toyota Yaris for the next safari rally. I am Cyprian Kimtai Limo, and this is Paths Live Kenya.
I am Anwar, otherwise known as Mzee wa Kazi. For the last over 4 decades, I've been active in motorsport. I have lived my dream. That ever since I can remember, that's what I wanted to do. Safari rallies, to be a rally champion, to go internationally and rally. And despite not having the resources, I've lived my dream. I've been Kenya champion 3 times. I won the Group N championship, I think 5 or 6 times. I won two-wheel drive championship. I won the autocross championship. I mean, let's say I've been there, done it when it comes to motorsport. When I first heard of this car, it was launched just last year in January. And I read up on it. I knew that I had found the car I've been looking for since the Evo 10. Like which manufacturer, and I looked at all manufacturers, looked at Renault, what is Renault making, what is Peugeot making. Every time a new car comes out, a performance car, I'm reading. What is the price, what transmission does it have, what's the balance, so on, so on. Who else is thinking of preparing it for, is it racing? What kind of, so when this car came out, I knew, like, I don't know why, it was like, it had almost everything I wanted. So my vision is, by bringing this car, by preparing it here and showing them, look, we can do a proper job. Your car is going to perform in Africa. Why don't you support our project? Let us make many of them. Yeah? Toyota, you subsidize, not free, subsidize as a promotion to make more of these, not just rally, also race. Nowadays racing is picking up. Yeah? So also for racing in Africa. So that's tarmac. And we here in Africa, we will help you to run the show because we know the grassroots, we know the people, we know the requirements. Yes? So that's my aim on the technical front, to get this thing and the parts at a very affordable price from Toyota, but focused on motorsport. Second, we need the government, Kenya government help. How does the government help? We don't need anything from them other than to say, allow us duty free. Toyota will give us the cars, Toyota will give us the parts, allow everything. We need seats, we need belts, we need some guards, we need tires, rims, this, that, whatever. Allow us to get it totally duty and tax free. We will build up the motorsport for you. Government loses nothing. It's a pin drop in the revenues that they collect. Our top local guys, the cars that they are running, the car alone is 30 million. And there are only 3 or 4 in Kenya. And that only picked up because of the Safari. There used to be only 1. They're called R5 until last year. From this year onwards, they are now called Rally 2. To get into Rally 1 means you have to be one of the team members, a professional driver. And those ones are the names that we keep hearing. And the competition there is so fierce that those guys burn out within a short time, 2-3 years. Ogier was king, yeah, and he couldn't keep up with the youngsters now in the last 2 rallies. Yeah, so that level of competition is just immense. It's like the guys live, eat, breathe. They spend their time in the workshop like this, if they are not, or in the exercise gym, or training, or whatever, or going through videos and studying rallies or whatever. That's all they do, and they are paid, of course, immense amounts of money. Nobody in Kenya is paid to drive, meaning none of us are professionals. I've never been paid to drive. I've been given some sponsorship, then I've had to add my own money to be able to do the rally. Yeah, That's the reality in Kenya. So the Rally 2 car is about 30 million. This is supposed to fall in the Rally 3 category, which is one step below that, which is supposed to be €100,000 maximum price of the rally car, which is not cheap. €100,000 is 13.5 million. That was what the cars were paid, the Fiestas were paid, the ones that our Rally Star boys drove. So my intention was to build it to the Rally 3 rules, but at half the price. How? Subsidized the way I told you. Government in us idea, Toyota in us idea, sponsor in us idea, because this is not cheap. The development, what I'm putting into it internationally, that's where millions of dollars goes into making the car work. Yeah. So I'm putting that in. The actual development to make that car perform and to make it work. So you're looking in the region of someone with 10M would be able to, if my project works, would be able to easily come into rallying and start rallying, because we would save them the headache of finding technical people, finding spare parts, organizing the service and whatever. We would do it under the umbrella of Anwar Motorsport Academy. We are building it as close as possible to actually a proper rally car. But we can't wait for the Safari for it to be ready. We have to test it beforehand. So we are likely to run it in the Classic, which is in February, as a route opening car as well. Yeah, but more like a test. I'm already thinking ahead to what do I need to do to this car to. And remember, competition, this car is going to compete all over the world. So those competitions compared to Africa are like, here the car really takes a beating. And then here we need top speed, because some places you get those straights and you're easily over 200 kph. I mean, this car will do 240 kph like this. Yeah. And that is when the temperatures really shoot, and that's when things break. It doesn't have to be rough. It can be a very smooth road, but you're on, that's the test. And in Europe, they don't have that. That's why those cars, when they come here, they are always a little wasi-wasi. Is it going to survive? Even after the millions they've spent dollars on developing that car, is it going to survive that beating? Here, you now start getting those 1 kilometer straight, 1.7 kilometers, and you're like here, and your heart is here, and you are like flying in an aircraft. When you're on the ground, it's like the heart is here. The car's like floating. You have to be on full concentration, because the slightest error, you'll roll like 50 times. So our project is not just for Kenya, it's for Africa. Because the same thing, our situation applies to Uganda, Tanzania, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Ethiopia, whoever is into motorsport. The top local drivers need a locally built high-performance car. And that's what this is going to be, God willing. In my opinion, for the next 5-10 years, this will be the car to watch.